Hello and welcome to Studio Stories presented by the ARC Foundation for the Arts. Here we visit artists who have made Baroda their home. They have welcomed us into their homes and studios to talk about their diverse lives, stories, and choices, all united in their conviction towards the arts. The early works of Abir Karmakar tease the voyeur in us. It poses a challenge to confront the concealed beauty of the mundane. In his more recent stories of middle class life and the search of home, I see the reflection of our own desire to possess and to accumulate. The photorealism and the use of scale in his practice becomes a sharp tool for evoking awe, memory, story, and emotion. A strong sense of drama exists in his visual language. The interplay of human presence and absence in familiar homely spaces evokes nostalgia and discomfort at the same time. Abir's interactive large scale works have been displayed at the Kochi Biennale and the Asia Society Museum, to name a few. In Nightjar, his recent solo exhibition, he paints desolate scenes from Baroda. In our conversation, he spoke of his childhood in West Bengal spent in the pursuit of art. His determination and drive have been instrumental in building his impressive oeuvre. It would be interesting to know about your childhood. Like, what brought you to art? What were your first exposure to art? Did you have art in school? Were your parents interested? So you can talk a little bit about that.
Somehow, what I remember that was doing, drawing since very childhood, maybe, when I was probably 3-4 years old, something, at most, like most of the children. And I used to go to a convent school for 3 years. And there was a drawing teacher also, and she used to appreciate me a lot. That I still remember. And there was a competition, art competition, and then I made a certain portrait of Rabindranath Tagore, and then another portrait, maybe Subhash Chandra Bose, for the competition, and it was a lot appreciated. So that is the beginning, my first appreciation. Appreciation is very important in your life,
Absolutely.
actually. And I used to copy a lot of calendars. I still remember there were two kind of calendars. One of my cousin brother was in this business. He used to come from Kolkata to take orders of calendars. He used to bring a lot of albums, huge, full-size albums, huge albums. I used to go through this a lot. It was so exciting. It was to me.
What were you looking?
Yeah, the kind of images, maybe the color, the form, the kind of how it has been painted. Yeah, not all them. Certain things I used to like a lot. I copied this one of the famous. Arjun and Krishna.
The Gita.
The Gita. This all I copied during that time a lot. So I was first introduced to these art books, and I copied few paintings, and later I discovered it was Mane's books. Yeah.
So when you were doing those paintings, who were your viewers?
There were many viewers actually. There were at the art school. They used to do annual exhibition. They used to appreciate me, and then in school also. They used to doing Saraswati Puja. They know that I was good in art, because I used to go to different art competition. And what used to happen during Durga Puja or Kali Puja, every year they used to hold different kind of art competition. From my locality, the seniors from the club, they used to take me around in cycle from different areas for art competition. There's a lot of community club support during that time. They used to take through cycle. They used to stay for me during that time, and again take me back home during Saraswati Puja for 2-3 nights. We used to make the idol, and it was almost like not alone. Many people used to work along together.
Can you just take us through that idol making?
First happened is during the Saraswati Puja. Every year we used to celebrate Saraswati. This is art school, and then naturally there's to celebrate Saraswati. Then we used to make each and everything. We didn't buy
Where
anything.
did you get the clay?
No, not it is not only all the time with clay. Once we made a mosaic Saraswati. So we did a drawing on a board, and then we broke tiles and things and made an entire mosaic Saraswati. And we worked really hard on sticking it and filling it with the thing. Two things happened. First thing, you introduce a different kind of medium, and you learn that while working, and also working how to construct how to works with other people also. We plan a lot of planning requires. Because you are responsible for a certain area, the other person is responsible for the other area, and then there should be, all should go together. These all things that this is the first time this happened. But
what were your friends' reaction?
They used to love. They used to love a lot because when I was in college also, school also, they used to be a model. I used to sketch them a lot during tiffin period, actually, tiffin time.
What kind of books did you read?
Mostly art books, honestly. The kind of books I used to buy from book fair, actually. I used to save my pocket money. My mother used to give me 2 rupees as pocket money. I used to save them. I used to buy during winter. There used to book fairs to happen in Shirliga book fair. And I used to buy art books from there. I still have those books, actually.
Okay. So what were they? Mainly biographies?
For the first book, which about 100 paintings from Tretagov Art Gallery. Still there, the book is there. And then the other books are there, the Great Master series. So that my exposure is first to Western art. I never got exposed to Indian art. Never, ever. Because whatever things were available is mostly Western art. So my house was just beside a railway station, own house. So there were a lot of migrants in the whole area, mostly from Bangladesh. And I used to, they used to play on the street and the ground all the time. My mother didn't allow me and my brother much to mingle with them because they don't go to school much. And then, so mostly I was at home reading books, Sharodiya magazines. That's another thing. Every year I used to buy Desh and Anandamala. So I used to ask the kids who used to play in the ground to sit. And they used to sit. And I used to make these portraits and with pastels, with watercolors. And the other thing, incident which I found in the first extempora, and I came to know about the medium, how it has been used. So what I did, that I made my mother as a model. I grew up in a small room, so only one room and another kitchen. Yeah. So there's a mat on the floor. I was sitting on the bed, and the room was dark. And so one window I opened it for the light, kept the board there. So it will the one light fall on the model. My mother was model, and one kid from the street, just to play with the neighborhood actually. So he was at this. So this is the scene was that my mother stitching, the lantern was there lit, and that kid was reading book. The funny thing is that why I did that, because I saw Picasso's painting that he did when he was young. He did a painting of his death, father and mother. And he was very young during that time. I said, oh, he can do that in young, why not? I can try. Yeah. I read and then I did it. Not properly. I made the medium was poster color, but I mix it with egg, and then when egg yolk, and then applied it actually. Yeah. So, and the whole thing I did live. The drawing, rendering, each and everything I did live. And they sat for many days actually. Because I was a bit aloof from the home actually, because I was in my own zone most of the time. I used to go out every day, do sketching and drawing, and take my cycle, go to tea estates or forest, Bukuntu forest, yeah, and then do a lot of outdoors every day. Every day after my 10.
You were thinking actively so much. Who were you sharing it with?
I used to have in the art school, I used to have a group. 4, 5, we used to go for outdoors.
Right.
And we used to, there's a creative competition also. And we used to help each other also.
So how did this happen, going to Kolkata? And what excitement did it bring to you?
When I went to Kolkata, initially it was quite frustrating actually, although I was good in art, but I didn't get a chance to art college. 3 years I tried. And
That's interesting.
And it was so much frustrating because I was not into education anymore, formal education, school. I nearly left school.
After 12?
After nearly 10 actually. Nearly left school actually.
Huh.
Yeah, so I hardly go to school and other things. All the time I was going outdoor, doing studies, portraits, watercolor, reading art books, other things actually. I was doing this all the time, day and night, doing it.
Were your parents?
They thought very much worried actually, very much worried. Yeah, very much worried because I'm an elder son and in a lower middle class family, so very much worried. Yeah, I tried Transcendental also, 3 years. I failed. But the last year I tried for an art college because I got it. I got first and got chance there. So I asked my father, I was elder son, so he didn't know much about the future, but so he wanted me to get a government job. As simple as that is the basic norms of that middle class, lower middle class Bengali family, that you get a government job and your life settled.
So were you discussing with your mom?
Discussion. I has to show them definitely what I did every day. I have to show them. And a lot she used to, before going, she used to give me tiffin and other things also, which I used to carry. And
so
then
good support.
There was support, yeah, definitely there was support, always.
So how
when I was here also, they used to send me money. I never did commission after passing out also, from college. Then that time also they used to support me for a while. Till then I started earning.
That's difficult.
Yeah. So there was support.
I think it's very interesting once you told me how you people had travelled during that time. Can you tell us a little bit? Because I think that is also life, right?
So we used to live in Shodhpur. And my college was in Dandam, and it was peak time traffic. About daily passengers. So I used to carry large canvases in that this train, local train. You after a while you know the tricks, which compartment, where to stand, and how to block the area. And everything you just to know. You just learn. It's a survival game actually. Simple thing. Actually.
And to carry it.
And to carry it because you have to do it. Even in college also, we are in this small room, and there was a life model was there, or the still life was there, and the many students. Now I used to work on large 4 feet, 5 feet canvas also.
So that will cover also.
And that would cover, a lot of students were there. So I used to go early and book my place. So these are things.
These are interesting because it also shows the choices artists make.
I was not clear at all. But the only thing I didn't know what I was happening, I'm not satisfied. I was looking for something which was not getting. I tried many things that if you see that works of that phase, there's a lot of random thing also I did. Language. I was trying this and that, everything I tried.
What happened when you came here?
Yeah, when I came here for my masters, the best part actually in my whole career coming here actually, because I always say that Baroda taught me to think, because I was reading a lot, but actually how to think nobody told me because there's no guidance. So here there was the faculty at artistry, and then at the painting department, Basu sir, Indra sir, and then mostly Suresh sir, and there was in the artistry department there was Shivji Panik, Parul Dave, Mukherjee, these two teachers, and then Deepak Karnal sir was also there. So there, earlier when I was reading art history, I was just more of information. So it was not holistic kind of thing. How to because how society is part of it, and then other incidents which at the same time what happened during that time, how it is important for art. The connection I didn't know, I didn't understand during the time, which I came to know here. How context is so important here. So each and everything I came to know in coming to Baroda actually.
Do you remember any incident or any particular event which really inspired you or triggered?
No, this is one thing I remember that during Paul ma'am was talking about romanticism and she was talking about gardening. She didn't talk about art at all.
Mm.
So when you're talking impressionism, we're not talking about colors. I think they're talking about total different context. Mm. So these things inside the thinking about different way actually. You realize that okay, art is not about only colors and pigments and nothing. There's a many things. So the first time we realized that.
You had open studio. There were people coming all.
Yeah, when I came here, the kind of work I was doing in Kolkata, I continued that here. But after a while, I felt that there's no sense of continuing that actually. It was not happening. So I stopped painting. That time I started making objects.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly with surgical pipes, and it was very experimental, but it was very liberating. It was very exciting because something you're doing so new. The first piece which I did was I bought a motherboard of from the local flea market Shukrabari, and I wrote on the other side of the motherboard "Sweet Home." And made a nameplate for myself. I was reading a lot of conceptual art during that time actually, so making a nameplate for yourself, this Baroda becomes a home actually.
You're claiming.
Yeah. So this is something I remember there's a kind of important work for me actually, taking a decision they're going to stay here. And that is also the thing that after that I experimented with the other kind of objects.
What would you want to teach to the young artists?
Now this is a very,
This is a completely fictitious.
Yeah, question. But as I go sometimes as during the college,
yes.
So I encounter the students
and I heard that you are very patient and you really look at the works.
Yeah. And I try to comment on each and everything because I feel that is important because sharing your own experience. The role of a mentor is that to teach them with the basic life skills. And now the art field is such that anybody can become an artist because it's more about thinking. Yeah.
Right.
So, but when you're coming from visual art, you should know the basic skills actually. It is not that you have to be perfect because imperfection is very good actually. It's more than perfection actually. It is more about art is more about thought and the balance, the skill, what we're capable to do. And always I feel that painting is not always that linear. It's not always what you think you have to depict entirely that. It's almost like you create certain mysteries, unspoken things actually. It is something new for you also. Something, it is a very intuitive process also. So it's a balance between the concept and the intuition actually.
Right.
Yeah. It is an illusion. So it works a different way. It talks about a different world into another world. Yeah, space into another, one space into another space. So there are many aspects are there actually. So this is something I always try to use that old traditional devices, perspective, light, the things which have been discovered long back, and try to conceptually utilize it. But in my art, if you say that I want to bring that element that in my realism. That appeal that it connects with everybody. Something a layman when he goes doesn't know about art, that person also can enjoy something his or her own way.
This is an oral history project presented by the Arc Foundation for the Arts. Music is Rag Yaman by Vibal Sara, with our thanks to UD Entertainment Private Limited. Special thanks to Abir Karmakar. Thank you for listening.